Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. For this one it is Super Trucker for Commodore 64. This game was released in 1991. I say released, it was never actually a commercially released game. This was a game that was included on a you got it free with a magazine. I think the magazine was called Game On. The game itself is coded by Boys Without Brains, them who did Hawkeye. Music is by Rain Overhand from, I think he was from Maniacs of Noise. So it makes a bit of a change for a Maniacs of Noise soundtrack that was done by someone other than your own tell. Nevertheless, a game that's a joint project between Boys Without Brains and Maniacs of Noise. It all sounds quite promising. Well, let's get a game underway. So the idea is simply to get your truck from one end of the level to the other, where you then pick up the load and bring it back. Now there are various power-ups that you can pick up, those like question marks that I'm collecting. I currently have the indestructible power up, which is more than handy, which is why I'm flashing, and then it ran out just as I now trouble with this game is that when you lose a life you have to do the entire level again, so you have to try and get through the level in one go. I don't like it when games make you go through the entire level again. Why do that? You punished us enough from the fact that we've lost a life. The game also requires absolute pixel perfect precision. Now, there is a power up you can get which makes this a hell of a lot easier. In fact, I would go so far as to say that without it the game is way too fucking difficult. So I'm concentrating like fuck here. Yeah, so we get to this part, and yeah, I just gotta go pretty slow now before I can get past them. The narrow parts of the road are just so unforgiving. Now you do have a limited number of jumps there, which I assume is to jump over some of the cars or motorcycles or whatever. I don't think you jump high enough or for long enough to be able to jump over the last trucks on the level. But nevertheless, it is still of fairly limited use, because I have certainly never come close to being able to jump anything, so I just don't bother using it. There we are, we're in the loading area. So, the truck is now loaded. The mission is to return to the factory and drop the load off. So, off we go. You do have a limited number of jumps, so you can't just... You can't just keep jumping and hope for the best. Alright. I get to enter my name in. But the thing is, it's entering your name in the arcade style, which I fucking hate. Right, let's try this again. So the game is ludicrously fucking difficult, especially if you can't get the right power up. So okay, I've got the indestructible one. which kind of helps. And the other thing is, if you don't time it right, which I haven't been, you right, I've got the power up now, which means that the truck keeps moving exactly one lane. It doesn't require the pixel perfect precision now. Hence why I was able to get to the end of that bot first time. Right, now let's see if I can get back with this power up still intact. If I can. And yeah, we're laughing. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, we're doing okay so far. Famous fucking last words. And here we are. We're at the end of the level. Now this is where you get the real realism of trucking across Europe. Yep. Enter the tanks. It is quite impressive because even, you know, modern day games that, you know, truck simulators, they always leave out the part where the tanks fire at you when you arrive at the depot to drop off the load you're carrying. No other game includes this part of trucking, so you've got to give them credit for that. And that's the sort of forward thinking that you know, you would only find on the Commodore 64 in 1991. So I'm now at 12,900. I've still got that decent power up as well, so let's see how long I can actually use it for. Because the road layout now completely changes. Thankfully I've got the fucking hell, I've got the indestructible thing again. Don't know how long it's going to last though, so... Right, so it's run out now. Fuck me, this level looks ridiculously hard. Right, this is now the furthest I have ever got in this game. So, the truck is loaded, but I've got to now somehow get back through that really cuntish layout. So yeah, that power up that I had, there was no way I was getting through there. So yeah, the power up, well, I say had, the power up that I have at the time, but now had, really does make a big difference, because now I really don't have a fucking prayer. Let's see if we can get ahead of these cunts. No. So I started off okay, but yeah, it's all going fucking tits up now. How the... okay, I was going to say, how the fuck did I do that? I didn't. Oh, there we go. Right. So go, and here we'll get the review underway. Graphically, yeah, graphics are fine, but a big problem, as you may have noticed. Very reminiscent of Suicide Express. You've got this large sort of like playing area which you can see above me, or on the top of the screen. But as I've just given away with what I said there, if you're playing the game, you can't really use that. You've got to keep your eye on the fucking like map like section below, which effectively means that when you're playing the game, your playing screen is a quarter of the total screen size. That's it, you're just using that bit. The top display is purely decoration. you fuck. Yeah, it's going well. I mean, yes, the graphics are, you know, nicely drawn, but for most of the time, you can't really look at them. You're just concentrating solely on the, I thought I'd fucked it by going that way. And then we go up the end of the level. But yeah, you're concentrating solely on the map part at the bottom here that you just can't really, you cannot look at the top half of the screen at all. So here we are again with the fucking truck depot tanks. It is a bit ludicrous, to put it mildly. There we go. As far as audio goes, the music is great. Considering that this game was, say, just like a cover tape or a cover disc or whatever. I think the music, you know, having a full fucking soundtrack, it's not just one piece of music playing relentlessly. So, yeah. And the fact that it is Maniacs of Noise means that, you know, it's going to be decent anyway. Sound effects, there are some. They are a bit sparse, but nevertheless they are there. But really, in terms of audio, it is all about the music in the game. Right, I think this is going to be the last go. Gameplay. Gameplay is where it falls a bit flat, so I've now got the decent power up, but how long am I going to actually keep it for? I've got the indestructible as well. So, I mean, as you're playing it, like I say, you're spending the whole time just looking at the map section on the bottom. You can't actually see the main graphics. Well, you can see them. You can watch, you know, watch the game if you like. But you're not going to get very far. So the top graphics are really there for people who are watching others play the game. You're not exactly going to be, you know, looking at them while you're actually playing it yourself. So the top graphics are purely decoration, nothing else. The graphics on the map are pretty simple, but I mean that is where all the gameplay is. So it is rather reminiscent of Suicide Express, which means it does have the same flaws that Suicide Express also had. It's not that the game is terrible, but yeah, although it does start off giving the impression that it's going to be something great, you soon realise, yeah, maybe it's not quite as impressive as first thought. So I got through level 1 again. The game is unbelievably tricky. If you don't have that power up I got, which allows the truck to move precisely between lanes, then it requires a level of precision that most mortals are simply not capable of. Oh, you fuck. Now I've lost that power up. That makes getting through here, well, stupidly difficult now. So, well, I've got the indestructible one. I don't know what one I'd rather have. I think I may have got it again. Yes, I have. Right. Oh, you cunt. The fucking indestructible thing ran out just as I got there. So, is the game actually any good? Is it fun to play? I'm almost on the fence about it. Oh, you fucking shit. It starts off quite good, but the frustration soon builds and builds as you realise just how fucking tough the game is. The precision needed is too much, I think. They've made the game far too fucking difficult. And as a result, it's not that much fun to play for more than like a couple of goes. Soon the frustration takes over, and yeah. But considering that the game was effectively a freebie on a magazine, you know, you can't say it's shit. It's just annoying. So I'll give it 4 out of 10. I say the music is great. The graphics on the main display are great, except you can't really look at them until someone else is playing it. And the game is fun to begin with, but yeah, the frustration soon builds up. And it's not likely to be a game that you'll play very many times. So that is Super Trucker. Yeah, 4 out of 10. Not the Commodore 64's finest, but so given away free with a magazine, you can't complain too vociferously. So that brings this review to an end, and we'll see you at the next one.